What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of the Mixtape Queens podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda and Elise. On today's episode, we have an incredible artist. Bodacious Thang is in the building virtually. You may have heard her music on Pizza Hut commercials, Love is Blind, and Amazon Prime. She is such an amazing person, an artist, and creative. This is an incredible episode, and we know that you will all enjoy it so much. So you are going to live. It does not disappoint.
So let's get it.
Welcome, Queen. Welcome back to the podcast. We are extremely grateful to have you here with us, and we're excited to get into this conversation.
Yes, me too. Thank you for having me back. I'm always happy to share space with y'all. Yes. I'm always happy to see y'all and talk to y'all. So, yeah, glad to be here.
Thank you. We love you so much too, Queen.
Yeah, we do.
And, we know a lot about you. We know you're a small town girl that made it to the big city. And it was in Kansas City where you started to find your way as an artist. And now you're over there in LA, California, doing your thing. You're larger than life, not just your voice, your personality, your music. Everything about you is amazing. So can you take us back to the moment that shaped your life as an artist?
Yes, and thank you for that. Everything you said is so sweet, and I'm happy that you remembered all that about me. Like, I'm like, wow, that's so sweet. But yeah, what shaped me as an artist? My father is a pastor, and I was always so shy to do anything. Go to the store, hug my auntie, like just everything. Just so shy. I did not want to talk or do anything without my mom. And then when my dad asked me to sing, I lit up, and I was 4 years old the first time I sang in front of people. And even though I was so shy and so scared of everything else, singing I felt like I just had to do it.
Wait a minute. So you're telling us right now that you were shy?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Very. I wouldn't talk to people. I wouldn't look people in the eye. I was very just like, will not, really won't speak unless spoken to. And if I am, when I'm spoken to, still not very many words. And so, but singing, it was just the opposite of that. And then when I saw Whitney Houston for the first time, I can't remember the song, but I seen her do some tribute show. And I seen the confidence that she had and her personality and just everything about her in that moment. I was like, wow, I want to be like that, because like I said, I didn't feel like I had any confidence at all. I was just like so scared of everything. And so I feel like that was always what I wanted. I wanted to be confident. I wanted to love myself and just be able to sing for the rest of my life. And how that shaped me today is that I feel like that's exactly what I'm doing, and able to make a living off of it is really a blessing.
We don't see any shy anywhere.
No, literally.
Yeah, it kind of went away.
Wow, we never gonna guess.
We noticed.
So, is there another side of your personality that your fans wouldn't suspect?
I feel like at this point, not really. I feel like I'm pretty much what you see is what you get. My Instagram can get kind of weird with some of my ideas. I think that people are like, what the hell is this? But I really, I want to be, I feel like my goal is to be as free and myself as I can be with my art, with my life, and just kind of put it out there.
Can you recall a low point for you that was another one of the driving forces for you becoming an artist?
I grew up in a small town, and I didn't see how it was possible for me to actually make music for a living at all. I felt like it was just a dream, and it's just not a thing you can do. Um, and just as life went on, my parents got a divorce, which that was a big deal for me. And then then they got divorced, and then we moved from North Carolina to Kansas City. That was a big deal. And then when we got to Kansas City, we went to the worst school ever. It was people got shot, people died, people got cut. It was a horrible school. It doesn't exist anymore, so the kids are safe. But yeah, I feel like those things really made me. I had to write. It wasn't something that I feel like it was something that I chose. It was something that chose me. When I started doing gigs in Kansas City and stuff, I graduated. After I graduated high school, I was like, I want to go to LA, and I'm gonna be Beyonce, and I'm gonna make it big in like 6 months or less because I'm so awesome. And that's not what happened at all. But yeah, it was one point where I was in LA. I had no friends, no family, nothing, and I mean, I had a roof over my head and food to eat. But actually, there was this moment where I spent all my money and I didn't realize it, and so I only had enough money for rent, and I didn't have any food. I couldn't do anything else. That was a moment where I was like, one, I'm never going to get this broke ever again in my life. And then, because I just ate a bag of peanuts for a week. And I was like, I don't ever want to do that again. And so I was like, I want to make this music work, and I'm not going to be broke, and I'm going to keep going.
First of all, people need to hear that sometimes you got to eat a bag of peanuts for a week or two to figure it out and really get that. We feel like we have such a spark when we first are putting our feet, just dipping our toes into the water. And like you said, when you got there, you're like, I am a superstar, which you are. And I'm going to make it happen so quick in the first 6 months. And sometimes it takes that happening to really light that fire in you to be able to make it happen.
Yeah. That's
You know what I mean? You wouldn't be who you are without having gone through that experience. Shifted your entire perspective. It shifted the way that you moved, probably the way you talk to people, the way that you make your connections, and the way that you are able to foster those connections and like make something out of it. And I'm like looking at you now, I'm like, girl, you must be so proud of yourself because you be going everywhere. Like you just came back from what, Thailand?
Yes, it did.
Yes. Like what? I want to go to Thailand. I know it was fun.
Yeah.
And he was over there singing. I know the people was enjoying it.
Yeah.
So
thank you. Thailand is, man, beautiful.
I knew you were going to say that.
And very affordable. Way different price range over there.
Yeah.
Just like a feast of food for less than $20. I'm talking about just the best tasting stuff, fresh, and everybody's nice. They ready to give you some good food.
You went from basically having one bag of peanuts and singing for your life to feasting in Thailand. I mean, that's incredible.
That's such a great leap of life. Like, that's so beautiful to even hear as an artist and as a creative ourselves. Like, we're just like, that sounds so majestic, and people don't believe in magic. For me, that's magic right there. And she just manifested her entire everything.
Yeah. That willpower is incredible. Yeah. And it's incredible what you can do with determination and a vision and a passion. And there's no real final destination to it. You're still on your journey, right? So is there anything that you're still working on internally for yourself right now?
Definitely. I mean, I'm always working on how can I write better songs, and like how can I be more vulnerable and be clever and just try different things within the art, and I don't want to get stagnated and not learn new things about the industry. And it's easy to get kind of put yourself in a box. And so I'm always trying to think outside of the box and figure out what that means for me. Not so much writing like someone else or singing like someone else, but how can I take these tools and keep, growing Bodacious, Cheyenne, you know, and making more beautiful art. So I'm always like reading books and going to talks and just going to jams and getting inspired by other artists and also my confidence has always been something that I've had to work with. I feel a lot better and about that now, but it's still things where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that, or because I don't know if I can really do this. And it's like, no, like I'm like still have that little voice that's like, well, maybe you're not good enough, and it's like, I like get that out of here. And I think everyone has that to some extent, but I'm still working on, being, not letting that voice come in my head as much. And,
Yeah, I feel that. And I like that you brought up being like feeling stagnant, because as a writer, specifically, I know that we can get, what do they call it? Brain fart. I hate calling it a brain fart because it doesn't feel like a brain fart. It feels like, why is this happening? I got words. I know I got plenty. So what's the problem? Why am I not putting the pen to the paper or, type it out? So it's really interesting to hear you say you see other artists and you see other forms of creativity and it just sparks you to continue on. I love that. Yeah. And I'm going to start using that for myself because I'm like, what's going to spark my creative flow when I'm in the mood to write, but I can't find the words. So
I tell you one thing, stand-up comedy for me, after a good stand-up show, I'd be ready to write everything down. I don't know. It's like, I'm like thinking of all kinds of stories, and stand-up comedy lights me up. Like I really love stand-up, and it always makes me feel like I stay up all night. Like I get so excited about it.
Being able to laugh about things that, there might be something that I might be crying about, and then an hour later I'm laughing about it. Like it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a healing technique, I think. Is there anything else that you do to help yourself stay balanced and keep your spirit up in times like that?
I have a really beautiful community in LA. My friends, my family, my partner, they are always there for me, and when I need to talk to somebody, I just feel like I have just really beautiful friends and I have a really beautiful family and a really beautiful partner.
That's a big blessing because a lot of people don't got that.
Mm-hmm. And it really is your vibe, it's your tribe thing, because you can have like friends and family members that have known you your entire life, but they'll never feel that same spark or passion that you feel about your art and your artistry.
Yeah.
So to be able to have found your tribe, these people that fully understand what it takes to be putting yourself out there and sharing your gift with the world in a certain way, it makes you feel like wholesome, So that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad to hear that. So if you could pinpoint a belief or a principle that has guided you through life and through tough times, what would that be?
No matter what, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to be myself. And sometimes that can be hard, but it's the best way for me to feel free. And that is what I want to be. I want to feel free. I want to feel like I'm holding anything back. And so I'm going to try my hardest at whatever it is that I want to do. And I'm going to try my best to love the best way that I know how to love. And I'm not going to let anybody stop me from doing the things that I want to do.
Okay, so let's say you had another career besides being a singer. What do you think one of those careers would look like?
It would probably land somewhere in something cultural related, learning languages, from just something dealing with community overseas, traveling, helping people. I definitely think that is like I think about that stuff a lot still.
Your lyrics obviously state that to a point for me, especially when you hear something like "Sun Comes Up." That's because I blast that all the time. Because I'm obsessed. But
Thank you.
but however, the lyric the lyrics saying "I'm going to die proud" has always like hit us so hard because there's no other way for us to fully be able to express that than to just say it as flat out as that, especially like when you believe in your artistry, you believe in your, the work that you're doing with your artistry, your creativity. And it is soul shaping,
Oh,
it is.
thank you so much. Yeah, that I didn't even, how words kind of flow out. I wouldn't have thought that would be the one to stick out. This is interesting to me, and that's so beautiful. I'm not gonna cry, but thank you, thank you for saying that. Cause
when you're don't cry, please don't cry, Lord. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. No.
No, it's a beautiful
But
thing.
yeah,
That's really cool.
yes.
So what do y'all say we get a little deeper?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
like, do we have souls or like what's going on here?
Okay.
Nervous.
I'm nervous. Do you believe in astrology?
Yeah, I do. I'm not dead set on it like it's, just all facts. I think it's a cool thing to know about, and it's cool to be able to reference it in certain situations. Like, okay, that
Yeah.
I can see that, how that.
So like open-minded, curious.
Yeah.
Right.
So okay, so what's your sign? Let's hear it.
I'm a Capricorn, but I'm on the cusp.
You're knew it.
Sad.
A cusp of Sag.
Sad, yeah. Yeah.
We're family. We're family. Big Sag.
So what are some of the traits that you've heard Capricorn that you might fit? Or maybe some myths that you've heard that you're like, no, that's not me.
I think people say very logical. I do feel like I move more in logic than emotion. Not that I don't have any, but when it comes to big decisions, I feel like I definitely think them through and make sure.
Logical.
Yeah, just definitely on the logical end. I've heard people say that Capricorns are like arrogant or like they always want to be in the front and center. And I do sing and stuff. Okay.
It's like it's my profession. It is my profession. Hold up.
Yeah, it's like that's what I do, but it's not like I that's just part of the it's part of what I do, but it's not like
because arrogant is not the word for you. Arrogant seems like a negative term, but I would say majestic or shining very brightly, confidence, right? And that fits you.
That definitely fits the bill.
Yeah.
You know what though? But you are pretty spot on with that because there are certain things that I feel like they may say on there that I don't necessarily agree with. Also, like the thing where they say like, oh, well, Sagittarius never settle down. Then what is this?
Right.
Yeah.
What is this? I am about commitment, but I will not commit to the BS. Yeah. That's what they won't say. So whoever be making them little churches, they kind of salty about certain signs, and that's all.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you read because and people use their zodiac as like an excuse, like, oh, I'm feisty because I'm a Leo. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're just rude.
No, you're just rude, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Stop.
Nah.
Stop it.
It's like
Jasmine.
when it becomes an excuse for you to be an asshole, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm out. I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Drinking my tea.
Yep.
Man.
So you know your do you know your Chinese zodiac?
I think I'm a goat.
Oh.
Not goat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I'm a goat.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, you're the goat.
The goat. Period.
I'm the goat. No.
Oh my God.
Literally. The Capricorn goat on the top of the hill, just shining bright as everyone.
Literally.
She's arrogant.
Oh my God. Haters.
Haters. I'm just.
I feel like they be hating.
So there's got to be some kind of connection there that we can learn from and dig a little deeper. But okay, so what about technology? Is that it? How do you feel about technology? What do you think about AI and the future of the planet?
Like, where
you said
yeah,
deep.
right.
Okay.
That's a good question. Look, us.
Is there going to be apocalypse?
No.
You know, are you prepping? Anything like that?
I mean, I don't. I think the world will end at some point, but I don't think it's gonna be right now. I don't think it's gonna be in our lifetime. But
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
We were just talking about this the other day. I don't know what made me think of this, but I was like, if the power goes out, let's say the grid goes out, okay, we can get power, right? Like people are gonna put a hamster in a windmill, something, we'll get power. But if there's no satellite, like there's no cloud, obviously, like how do we talk to each other? Second of all, like how are we gonna stream music? If you don't have a tape player or a CD player, you won't have any music.
I wanted to go back to the AI question because you brought that up, and I think it could do a lot of. I've been thinking about that a lot. So, I think it could do a lot of not good things, but it can also do a lot of cool things. I think it's going to be a matter of how we regulate it. It's definitely something that scares me a little because they're making. I mean, there's AI music all over YouTube, like. And it just pops on, and I'm like, this sounds funny. And then I look at it, and it's like, this was altered and generated by digital something. And it's like, it's just out here, and things are just AI now. And it's just like, it feels rude to humans. Like, it feels disrespectful to me to just, like, have all this, like, AI robot-generated music out there. And when such a, passionate thing for so many people, and people make a living off of it. And now this thing is like, is it getting royalties now? It's just like, I feel like there has to be some more stuff to regulate with that. And it is right now, it's still pretty new, but it's only going to get better. So it's definitely something that I'm curious about it, but I'm curious about it in a way that I want to know how it's going to affect me and the industry and how to, regulate it. It doesn't necessarily have to go away because it's not going to go away, but it needs to be put in check because I feel like even with streaming, that's what happened with streaming. It was this new thing. Everybody wanted to be a part of it, but in the end of the day, the artist got the kind of the worst leg in it as far as when it comes to the financials and payments.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like it can either turn out like a Terminator situation or it can like really benefit us in some ways.
God forbid the Terminator situation because that's pretty bleak.
I mean, hopefully no apocalypse. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no doomsday, annihilation. How do you think that future generations will look back at us as a whole, or even just as Bodacious Thang, because even you putting out your music and your content, that's something that can last the test of time. I mean, it's like a time capsule. Your songs will be there hopefully longer than we will. So what do you think about that?
I love that. I mean, I think that's the most beautiful thing with music is like when you can go back and watch Eartha Kitt's, in her golden era and still feel her spirit and feel her just her energy and look at her interviews. I think that's some of the most beautiful things about the internet is that you can have those memories and still learn from these people and discover new things from back then. And I do think it keeps us connected to self and just to our roots to be able to do that. And so I love that. I mean, I'm big on that. I'm always listening to old interviews, David Bowie, Whitney Houston, Little Richard, like all these. Like, I love watching interviews of people that are here now and also not have gone on, uh, have passed on is what I meant to say. But yeah, so I think that is a great thing.
Us as the creators, we're really starting to show people who we truly are.
Yeah.
And you're going to get this version of me because that's where I'm at. And, if that changes later on, cool.
Yeah.
But this is me. And you're going to authentically get that. So I think that that's really cool. And that's a really good way to like look at it.
It is. And there are a lot of, I feel like now there are so many artists that I'm like falling in love with that are new, which I feel like I haven't felt like that in a while. To like, it's like, oh, I really like that song. Oh, I really like that thing. Oh my god, like from different genres. I'm like, I don't know if Mortimer is a new artist or not, but he's new for me. He does seem younger, but he's like a reggae artist, and he has a song called Lightning, and it's just so beautiful.
Sorry, I mean slap my mic. I'm panicking because that's my song. I love that song so much. That song hits me in my soul in a way like it takes a lot for a song to hit me that way, but like that song,
that's something.
I was like, this is going on our playlist immediately.
It's so good, and I love that you do it. Like I just that song I listened to it like 30 times, just over and over and over. That's all day, and I was just like, oh my god, it's just a lot of beautiful music from all genres right now. I do, so I definitely feel like there's a shift in, like you said, being honest and with the audience and not trying to have some whatever gimmick to tell yourself and all that. And if you do your thing, but it's nice when there's a mix. There's diversity in that. Like some of my favorite songs is hype songs. Like I Don't Fuck With You with Big Sean. That get me going.
So good.
That's
so good.
That's old now, but I don't care. If you put that on, I'm going off.
Listen, that one you could put on Ludacris Move, bitch. I'm ready. Okay. Oh no, lights out. Okay, period. And I'm not even in that mood, but I like it.
Kendrick Lamar's album, Squabble. He got that Squabble Up. It's like he came with the heat on that.
Did you get your Spotify Wrapped?
I did. I grew a lot. I had one from 2021, a rap from 2021, and I had 2,000 listeners. And this year I had it's either 49,000 or 149,000. But either way, that's a really big jump.
That's a really nice jump.
I'm sure you got a lot of streams because I know we probably gave you 100,000 or so. just from us.
Oh. I appreciate y'all so much.
I told you you got that music that touched the soul. Okay, people want to hear your voice. They're like, give me Bodacious.
Wow, thank you.
Right now.
Yeah, it said the average person listens to 30 hours of music a week.
Wow,
it's gonna go.
Y'all post some of the best music. I mean, and that song you posted today with Lava, like she is awesome. Like,
oh man, her new album is so good. Yeah, shout out to Lava.
Shout out to Lava, Free Soul,
Lava God, Free Soul, her husband.
He's amazing.
The music, immaculate.
Yeah, they're special. Special people.
Yeah, very, very good. I mean, they're great. I seen the first time I seen them was at Lighting in the Bottle and festival in like Bakersfield, California, and it was her and Free Soul. Then I started following them, and then their music is just so beautiful. They have a beautiful family.
We gotta raise the consciousness for the people. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
y'all killing it.
Excited.
Super excited about that. Okay, y'all. It's time. I hope you are ready for a joyous and very beautiful and surprising and amazing snippet of our Queen Bodacious Thang. Thank you very much. We are super excited. So here we go.
'Cause I wanna be wild. I wanna be free. I want my kids to never worry, but it don't come easy. I cannot lay my head down and get no sleep. Stay up till the sun come up, yeah. Stay up till the sun comes. Stay up till the sun come up, yeah. Stay up till the sun comes. Stay up till the sun come up, yeah.
Okay, that was a different version.
Like, okay, you ever heard of the it's like a challenge where it's like, don't sing along. If you sing along, you're out. I was almost out.
Oh.
That was it for me.
Oh, you did some extra.
I did some extra
maneuvers on,
right?
Yeah.
But I've never heard them notes before. I said, okay, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
My heart's pounding.
5, 6. Hold on. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Blow me away.
Amazing.
Blow me away.
Wow.
Thank you so much for that beautiful snippet. You. Everyone that is tapping into this podcast episode, please, please, please go check out Bodacious Thang. Listen to all of her music, stream it. You heard her. She's made it to 140,000 plays and streams. Y'all might want to go ahead and get it up to 300,000 streams for this new year. You know what I mean? Show love, be kind, and help us celebrate this beautiful, beautiful spirit. You're incredible.
Yes, incredible queen. Drop a comment if you are watching this in 2085 right now and you're just looking back. Drop a comment if you love Bodacious Things. If you want to hear her music, tapping with her. Make sure you stream it. And thank you, Queen, for being here. We love you so much.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much.